Welcome, everybody, to Universal Truth of Mankind. I am Dave, your host, and here we are at Kabbalah 101, yet another video. Kabbalists tell us that one of the main battles we fight is the ego. The ego is what gets us in trouble. The ego is interested in only self. The ego is what causes all of our troubles. It's what makes us hate. It's what makes wrong decisions. It's the part of us that drives us into insanity. The ego is our main enemy, and an ego needs to be tamed. Now, you might be saying, what do you mean the ego needs to be tamed? Well, it has to be understood that the ego's purpose, one of its purposes, is to drive us to do something. If we really think about it, the Roman roads, the Colosseum, various structures throughout the world, monuments that are thousands of years old, some that are fairly new. And dictators like Hitler, Mussolini, especially Mussolini, he was one of the biggest egotistical people out there. But that's what drove him to try to be a great leader. The ego is what helps us to ignore what's going on around us and to keep pushing forward. So you can see there are good qualities in it. Let me explain it this way for you. Nuclear fission is a great thing if you make electricity with it. Or it can be turned around and used as a bad thing by making a nuclear bomb, which is not a good thing. So the whole idea is the ego needs to be tamed. Now, we may be saying to ourselves, well, my understanding is we really can't tame the ego. And I'm not disagreeing with you on that at all. However, that's right now. The ego is the part of us that's focused on our desires only, not on the desires for others. If we are focused on other people, and I mean, when I say other people, I mean the world, I mean everybody, then the ego can transform into a tool that's for the betterment of everybody to a point. Because you can say, oh, well, what if we get a world dictator who wants to reduce the population of the world? That's not a good thing. So it's not that the Kabbalah says, well, I'm sorry, it's not that the ego is all bad. There are some good qualities to it. However, the ego is what we have to learn to control. The ego is the part of us that needs to be subdued, like a wild horse. It needs to be subdued. Look more up on the ego when you look at Kabbalistic texts and works, and let them tell you what we should do with the ego and the importance of it. Because ultimately, what God makes, He makes everything for a good purpose. So, what good can you get from the ego? What does it, how can we use it as a tool to transform ourselves into better people? Contemplate that. Take care, everybody. Have a great day. Shalom, shalom.